Considering your pedigree, could you handle being a reliever?
I'm a starter.
So right now,
I'm a starter.
You're the sixth starter. So how do you handle that?
See how it plays out. I'm a starter.
You do not want to pitch in the bullpen.
I won't pitch in the bullpen. I'm a starter.
Oh, Marcus Stroman, sixth man in the rotation, refusing to go to the bullpen. Well, he finally gets his wish, took a couple injuries. This man has moved up already to the number 3 guy in the rotation. Absolutely incredible. This process, what he's going through, what he's done to sit here and absolutely deny everybody and every right thing to say, to stand by exactly where he believes he's a starter and he's not going to help the team in any other way. Well, Garrett Cole goes down with an elbow. He gone. And then you get Luis Gil. He gone too. We don't know what's going to happen with Luis Gil. And now all of a sudden, Marcus Stroman is stepping up into that 3 role. How about that? How about their Marcus Stroman sits back and does nothing, and all of a sudden he's in the number 3 hole in the rotation right now. Max Fried, good pickup. Now it looks like a genius pickup. Carlos Rodon, my bad. I always say Rodon. Marcus Stroman, Clark Schmidt, Will Warren. Now they're scrambling for starters. How about that with the New York Yankees scrambling for starters? We didn't think that this would absolutely be anything like this, but this is what happens. This is what happens in Major League Baseball. This is a game of attrition, not a sprint. It is a marathon. And in spring training, there has been no team beat up as much as the New York Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton, Mama called him Mike. I might call him Mike or Giancarlo. I don't know. I still like Mike. All I know is he used to crush the ball as Mike. Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu, his standard spring training injury. That's pretty much normal at this point. You still have Efros, hurt his hamstring. Jonathan Loaizaga, obviously had the brace last year, so he'll be coming back some point this year. But the real talk in camp right now today is Marcus Stroman, moving all the way up in the rotation. Couple thoughts on this. One, it just doesn't feel right in any single possible way that Marcus Stroman now is moving up the rotation. But this is what you do, man. This is why you sign these guys. This is why you sit back, sign more starters than you can ever imagine. Go the Dodgers way, sign everybody. The Yankees did a good job of signing multiple guys, and now they're in a position to finally need them. And so that's a smart thing from a front office standpoint. A lot of people don't give front offices enough credit for signing 5, 6, signing 6, 7 starters, even though you only need 5. And so this is the beautiful part, having a guy like Marcus Stroman, who is incredibly experienced, has been in a position to where he's having to step up before in the past, and generally he does well when he has to step up in the past. In the past he's done well when he's at those moments where it's a contract year, a negotiation year, or something. That's sometimes when he's had his best years, and now he's going to be in a perfect spot. So Marcus Stroman last year didn't have the best of years. Ended up with a 10-9 record, 4.31 ERA. He had 29 starts, which is legit, and that's a big thing. Going into this, he was with the Cubs. Again, I still don't know how he made it with the Cubs as long as he did. And he didn't get traded. He ended up getting hurt, missed the second half of the season. Had a 10-9 record with them, but killing it going into the All-Star break. Was an All-Star. One of his better years, especially in that first half. The numbers are a little skewed a little bit because once he got hurt, he kind of sucked a little bit. Ended up with a 3.9, that 10-9 record. But in general, really good record, really good season, minus that injury. He had 2 or 3 starts at the end there where it just really wasn't good. Now hurt his numbers. Last year started off really well. To start the season off with a couple shutouts, and then it just went to crap. And he just did not ever really recover. Had some really bad outings in there. Some of the worst swing and miss ratios and the worst walk ratios of his entire career. And looking into this year, Zips, which is one of the better projectors of stats that we have, projects him to have a little bit worse of a season than he had last year, which is tough. They're projecting 24 starts, 144 innings pitched, which would be down by 10 innings, 4.34 ERA, which is up a little bit, 4.37 FIP, which is down just a little bit, so that's good. But in general, they're projecting him to do about the same, if not just a little bit worse. The Yankees are in a tough spot. So now they're sitting here and relying upon a Marcus Stroman, when they never really wanted to rely on him. I think they didn't expect to be relying on him as a number 3 starter. I guess when you sign him to a 2-year, $40-some-odd million, you're hoping for the best, but in reality, you're wanting a 4 or 5 starter, somebody towards the back end of that rotation. Now they're going to need him, and this is the interesting part. This entire season, I think, is going to rely on Marcus Stroman now. How does he do? Does he step up? Does he give you that 3.5 ERA, which he's kind of been known for his whole career? Yeah, he had a 2.9 one year with the Blue Jays. That incredible start to his career in 14 when he was 11-6, 15 when he was 4-0 before he had some injury stuff. Are we going to get that Marcus Stroman back? Are the Yankees going to get the guy they paid for? It's that's the question. Or here's another thought, interesting thought, and I read about this today. Someone brought it up where they might think about trading Marcus Stroman. I know there was obviously conversation before the year, and there should have been conversation before the year. But now the Yankees are in a power position with Marcus Stroman that he is in now their number 3 starter instead of being number 6. Well, every other team's looking at him going, well, you're not going to use him. He's going to be your number 6, long guy in the bullpen. Now he's a power guy. He's going to be number 3 in the rotation. He's going to be a guy that the Yankees need. So if they move him, that actually means more to one of their teams. Sandy Alcantara is out there, Alcantara, whatever you want to call him. Sandy, Cy Young winner, coming off of Tommy John. This dude is an absolute stud. 3 more years of team control down there in Miami, and he is available, and he is ready to go. That's going to be one of those questions. Are the Yankees willing to go after Sandy in their rotation? To me, hell yes. I go for him. I will get this. Newsweek had this out there. I want to see who had it with Newsweek. Who is the writer of this article? Drew Von Skio wrote this article offering a trade up to the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara for Marcus Stroman, Will Warren, and Everson Pereira, number 14th prospect for the Yankees. So here's the question, though. Will Warren is projected right now as their 5th starter. Do you give up your number 3 starter and number 5 starter for Sandy? Oh, that is a tough question, because the problem is that you get really thin. You're top heavy. You're absolutely top heavy, but where do you go? Who do you fill in the rest of this rotation? You don't really have anybody else to fill in this rotation on a level that you're going to need. But your top 3 are going to be absolute studs. When you're talking about Max Fried and you're talking about Carlos Rodon, and then you're Sandy. That's an incredible 1, 2, 3. But the problem is, where are you going to go? I mean, Clark Schmidt is a very solid number 4. But where are you going to go with your number 5? And then what happens if somebody else gets hurt? Like Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, they've been injury prone in the past. Sandy's coming off of Tommy John. These are injury prone guys. Who are you gonna have backing that up? You need more than just a 5. You're gonna need a 6 starter. That bullpen's already beat up a little bit. Obviously, you bring in Devin Williams. That's an amazing deal to take over a closer role. Move Luke Weaver down out of the closer situations. Let him pitch out of the bullpen and just pitch in those high leverage spots. You've got a really, really interesting bullpen, right? You got a lot of really good guys, not outside Devin Williams, you don't have this lockdown 0 kind of guys, but you have good enough bullpen to be able to win baseball games. That lineup, I love the lineup. I love what you did with Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt. I think those are really good signings for this ballpark for right now, and they didn't have to spend an arm and a leg for them. I think those are good moves for the Yankees. Just the real question is, how do you set up that rotation? Do you go for Sandy? Do you go for the Cy Young winner, one of the best pitchers in baseball when he was healthy? Do you go with the rotation as is right now? And that's a really tricky spot for the Yankees. And it's the make or break question. If they go for Sandy, who's going to be your 4-5? Especially who's going to be 5 and 6 for that health? If you stay there, is Marcus Stroman going to give you enough? And to me, I'll be honest. If I have an opportunity to get Sandy, I'm going to take it. But I'm going to try to do everything I can to not give up 2 of my starters. I'll give up 1. I'll give up Marcus for sure, and I'll give up whoever you want from a hitting standpoint. Or I'm going to give up Warren. I'm not going to give up both. Okay, I'm going to give up one of them because I can't sacrifice both guys in my rotation. But if you can't get a Sandy, if you can't go out there and pull a trade like that, I'm going in the season with these guys, and I'm Marcus Stroman is going to be pissed, is going to be focused, and to me, honestly, at this point, you are going to see the very best version of Marcus Stroman you're ever going to see.